When does it stop?
This is...
Holy... What?
Oh my goodness, there's a whole nother one.
We decided to stop off at one of the most popular toy stores in the country, and that is Toy Federation. This is how a toy store should look. And it's like, I talked about it in my office tour videos. It's like, if you're a toy store, if you're a toy company, you want to like, when you walk in, you want to know that's what you're there for. So it's like, they took all the packaging, put it on the wall. Kind of Dark Knight, but it's like, it's so cool. They almost made wallpaper out of all the toy packaging. Like, that's very cool. That's the way a toy store should look. Like a vintage toy store, like you walk in, you should know what you're getting into. So it's cool they got some, you know, arcade games and stuff, but yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna be fun. And not cheap. What's going on, guys? This is exciting. Owner Ryan is gracious enough to let me come here and peruse his establishment.
Check out all my cool toys.
This is like sensory overload right now.
That's a typical answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get a little overwhelmed. Because, I mean, you could walk around, you can navigate, so it's organized chaos in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like variety is what you want to see. You know, variety is great. Some Power Rangers, all right. All right, so I already saw the first thing I'm buying because I've been searching for a complete Green Ranger for quite a while now. He was my favorite Power Ranger. And I didn't want him with the Zord, I just wanted the figure. So might as well get him. Look, see some of my greatest hits here. Let's see, which ones did I do? There's Collector. What else? Not many. This is more before my time on the line. Oh, but I did the Executioner, that Thor. You could tell mine were the crappier figures because that's when they took the money away and I wasn't able to put as much articulation into them. So I had to do like dumbed down versions of them. You know, just kind of bummer. You know, because the figures before were so good. You know, like this was like they called it the Daredevil body. It had so much more articulation, but it was sculpted really well. And then here I come on the line and I'm like, cool, I get to use like this whole library of parts. And like, actually, you know, we're cutting the cost on them and, you know, you got to tool new bodies, but we got to remove, you know, 20% of the articulation and the accessories. And I was like, well, that sucks. But what are you going to do, man? You know?
When we made this Marvel case bigger, DC kind of got neglected.
Aw, DC always gets like shafted. But I'm a DC guy.
I'll be honest though, Marvel, at least for us, the sales outpaced DC drastically.
Oh, I can imagine. You know,
like 3-1.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Marvel gets more space.
Sure.
I mean, and the McFarlane stuff's cool. Sometimes you get a guy from one panel.
Yeah. Or 70 Batman figures.
But it seems like pretty much all of them hover in the $20 range. They don't, and then there's a handful that appreciate, but most, it's like a collection comes in and 90% of it, they're just $20. Like,
yeah, I always found that interesting that Legends will have that rare wave or that rare figure. But, you know, the McFarlane stuff is just kind of even. He puts it
like
out.
No runaway hits.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then they're slightly larger, which is, it creates a problem for the collector.
Yep.
Then it doesn't work with your other stuff. So you either have to just transition or, but I mean, some of that older, I mean, it seems like they're embracing it because the older stuff is not moving at all.
Interesting.
And then from Marvel, because Marvel, at least what we've noticed is it's on a down note, unless it's Spider-Man, X-Men, or Deadpool.
Yeah.
Or the classic look. But when people come in, it's always funny because they just got on the bandwagon and then they're like, you know, you got any Venom? You got any? And it's like, and they think, what do you, like, it's like, you're like the fifth person today. Like everybody wants that.
Yeah.
And you're a little late to the game.
Yeah.
For my brother, for Christmas gifts. Predator, some like old vintage Predator figures. Really nice cards.
Some gold right there, baby. 1972. You know what? I think I'm gonna buy that for Michael French. Some Dan Jurgens gold right here, baby. Dan Jurgens was one of my favorite comic book writers and artists. He did Superman forever. He was the one that orchestrated the death of Superman. So, but this stuff was awesome. Look, there it is. Doomsday's first appearance. But yeah, stuff was great. Here we go, gimmick comic covers. This is like 90s comic goodness. Everyone was doing gimmick covers. I love gimmick covers. Hologram and, you know, embossed stuff. Couldn't get enough of it. It was in the comic book store and it was a #1 and it was like one of those crazy covers, I was all about it. They made a Patrick Bateman, like 1/6 figure. 89 Batman. I wonder, yeah, this is Hot Toys, so yeah, he's not falling apart like the Mezco one. See, like, seeing the 1/6 stuff, I'm like, I love it. I want to get into it so bad. It's just, it's a lot. You almost like, if you collect 1/6, it's like, 1/6 the only thing you collect. 1/6, there's like, you know, there's Hot Toys Sideshow, now In Art, but it's just like, there's so many cool custom ones. Like, I've never seen those face-off figures. I don't know if they were officially done by Hot Toys. Same thing with the Fight Club figures, but they're awesome. Yeah, 1/6 it's, I would love to, but it's dangerous, man. It's real dangerous. McFarlane got away with that. They just ripped off Tiger Force. It's pretty funny. But again, that was like during a time where Hasbro just wasn't policing their own stuff. I mean, if they were, they'd still have Action Force. I've been dying to go back and buy all the Power of the Force 2 and Episode 1 stuff. Oh, I want to see if they have that McFarlane Superpowers Batman. The one that, they did a new body. And he's got like the black shadow on the face. If they have it, I'm probably going to get it. I remember this Buffy line. I'd gotten the back Toy Fair magazine days. They had, you know, they had a bunch of mail-aways, and one of them was the prom dress Buffy. I had that one. That one was great. This was a great line of figures. I actually, a fan of Action Force contacted me because I was talking about these on the podcast, and they're like, "Hey, I got all of them," you know, and we worked out a trade for some Action Force stuff, and I have like this whole run, which the solid Snake figure to this day still holds up. I didn't realize it was Nacelle that did this. I thought it was like that Zika Toys or something that was doing these. Maybe they did the 4-inch ones. But Sectars without the bugs just doesn't work, man. For those of you that don't know, Rising Stars was a comic put out by Top Cow Image back in the, let's see what date it was. Yeah, like 2000. Like this was like 99, 2000. The comic series was awesome. Well, it started out awesome and then it kind of fell apart at the end. But it was just about like these kids that were born, I think it was like kids that were born at a certain time of the year when like this meteor hit and they all got superpowers, you know? So there's like, you know, the Superman guy, the Batman guy, but it was a great series. Great art, great writing. But then I think Straczynski got sick or something and then the series took a hiatus and it was supposed to like end, like it was only supposed to be an X amount of issues. And then when they finally like, he got better, he came back, they finished it. Like it just, you were looking for like this payoff. It didn't happen. But it was such a, I want to say like the first like 10, 12 issues of this were really, really good. But also like there's a lot of sleeper comics at the time that were really good. Like Midnight Nation. If you haven't read Midnight Nation, I think it's 12 or 13 issues. Gary Frank does the art. But it's a phenomenal series, and I would love to do the figures for it. It's just like not a known property. You know, I always said it'd be a great movie, but you know, I forgot they did those figures. For our mech suit series, where's the Matrix, their amp suit thing that they had? Oh, they don't have it. I don't see it. But we got to get all the mech suits for the series. Interesting thing about this set is the Luke baby was later used in the Old Man Logan Marvel Universe figure, because at the end he has like Hulk's son or something in the comic series and they needed a baby. So they took the baby from this, it must have been done in the same factory, and they painted him green, and accessories or pieces that were used in one toy line and then in another. See, they've got them priced right. These should be $5. Whereas when we were at Toy Vault filming, they're trying to get like 15 bucks for that figure. I wish I remembered which ones I had, because I started like picking them up again little by little, but I like forgot to make a list of which ones I had. So now I don't know, otherwise I'd probably pick some up. My vintage Star Wars collection's complete, but I can't help but still. Oh, but here we go, Power of the Force coins. These are the common ones. The ones I need are the harder mail away ones. I almost feel like that should be in my Warrior collection. Ultimate Warriors Workout by Valiant Comics. Never a Transformers fan, but there's something about a vintage Megatron. Oh, here we go. One of my favorite all-time G.I. Joes was the Ranger Stalker. I think that was 89. He came with a big canoe. That figure was great. Talking General Hawk was a great figure, but he had like a Hulk Hogan tan on him. Like you look at like the other Caucasian guys, normal Caucasian skin, and then like Talking General Hawk had like this orange Hulk Hogan tan to him. He was great.
Action Force is bringing the fight to cancer. In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Valaverse has enlisted the Steel Brigade to lead this fight. This new female Steel Brigade action figure, clad in pink with the iconic breast cancer ribbon adorned on her vest, is available on Valaverse.com now. Valaverse has teamed up with the Gloria Gemma Breast Cancer Resource Foundation in Rhode Island for this special item. Proceeds from the Steel Brigade action figure will be shared with the Gloria Gemma Foundation. Every Steel Brigade you purchase will help with this great cause. You too can join the Action Force for this fight. Go get your Steel Brigade trooper now and help bring the fight to cancer. It's time for action.
If there's like another line, like an obscure line that I love to collect, it'd probably be Dino Riders, but they're so hard to find complete. Like some of the bigger stuff, they had so many parts to them. They're just hard to get and they're super expensive. That's like another one I would love to collect, is that original JP line. Yeah, I see all this stuff. I'm like, man, so many lines like I would love to collect, but just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Although I am on a Willow kick right now, because I did get the monster, the Espelix or something, whatever that monster was called. I did get a really nice version. Now I'm like, all right, well now I can finish the line. I still need like 5 or 6 more figures. But it was, it was done by Tonka. They were on metal stands. It was kind of a crappy line, but I love that movie. And so much stuff. So much stuff that I want, with less in self-control here. Oh, I've been looking for Weapon X for like ever. There he is back there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get him. Whoa, look, they got some Definitely Dinosaurs figures. It was a line called Definitely Dinosaurs. There were these little cavemen people, and they came with dinosaurs. And I have, if you go and watch my video, when I go through the cases, I have the Triceratops that had the one caveman. They were like riders. It was a cool dinosaur line, but like an obscure young kids line that didn't go anywhere, but it was just fun. I remember I have that Taz as the Flash, Daffy is Batman, and it's someone else's Superman, but that was like, I think it was like Burger King or McDonald's. They were like Happy Meal toys. They were cool. So this Wizard of Oz line, this was done by a company called Applause. Applause did a lot of like these tchotchke type things. They had a bunch of Batman stuff, like PVC figures, that kind of thing. But like, yeah, Applause did a ton of stuff. But I had these Wizard of Oz figures, like all this stuff to bring back like memories. But I had those Dick Tracy figures, so I'm gonna get those too. Are you the keeper of the keys?
A couple of them anyways.
What's the first thing I want to get? All right, I want to get the Weapon X, the Toy Biz Weapon X back there.
All right, what else were we?
I'm gonna get all those PVC Dick Tracy figures. Do you know, I don't see it in there, the Wicked Witch came with a broom.
Yeah. Probably do not have the book.
Okay.
Anything else out of here? Just the Tracy.
Yeah, just the Tracy stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep looking around, but if you want the Power Rangers case, I'm gonna take that Green Ranger, the vintage Green Ranger.
Okay.
Man, I feel like there's like so much stuff that I'm like missing. So much stuff. There's so much stuff that like I don't even remember. Like the Defenders of the Earth line, like seeing that, it's like, you don't remember some stuff, but then all of a sudden you'll see it and you're like, whoa. You're in my way, homie.
Guess we ain't homies anymore.
Nope. Nope. You're walking to the show. Oh, look, here it is. Yeah, I was just talking to Ryan about this. The guys, how the head they did on this Wolverine was so much better than the one they did on the Amazon one. It's the same head, it's just they did new inkjet printing, and the inkjet's like so much better on this Wolverine. This is my last wave of Legends that I worked on, and I had done the Scorpion based on the way he was drawn with the cowl with his face open. Now, there's some artists that drew him with like the full mask with his, like his teeth showing, which never made sense to me because he's moving his mouth. He's gonna have a mask on. It's gonna shift and stuff. So I said he should have a Batman cowl, which he was drawn like that in the comics. So as you can see, they did the packaging artwork like that because I made the figure, and you can see he's got sculpted detail of the cowl lines coming down his face. But after I left, the hand painter, he decided to go in and do it his way and painted the whole thing green to match that one artist drawing it wrong. And then it didn't match the packaging art. So I was like, they messed up this figure. And then it's like they redid this figure, like the animated one, and then gave him the flesh, like, cutout cowl. Like, you couldn't just do him right from the start. Like, you had to go and, like, put your take on it. Like, just stop. Oh, look, the vac metal is flaking. So this is what happens when you, like, he's 50 because he's in great shape. This one's 25 because he's all sun faded. So vac will break down. Vac is just a coating on plastic. But after a while, it breaks down, it flakes. You know, if you don't keep it, like keep it in the sun, it breaks down and stuff. So vac, you have to like really preserve if you're doing vac metal. Hey, I worked on this set. I mean, it was just reuse of figures, but they were like, hey, what could we do? And throw in a bundle. Here you go. A bunch of figures. But that was when I was working on the Garfield Spider-Man movies when I first got to Hasbro. Good times. I had so much fun on that stuff. Oh, look, here's my stuff. This was my first Comic-Con set. I was pushed into it. You know, I didn't want to do the set. We had better ideas, much better ideas. But because the Ant-Man movie was coming out that year, they were like, oh, let's do an Ant-Man themed set. Like, that was like a Marvel directive. I was able to get all these mini guys, and then a 4-inch figure, and then a 6-inch figure, and then a 12-inch figure. And it was like, well, yeah, because he grows, so it makes sense to be able to do that. Only figure you can do that with. Whoa. NECA never puts dates on their figures, like when they're released, like copyright dates and things like that. I didn't realize they did Boondock Saints figures. Maybe I won't look into doing them then. Oh, do they have the Batman I'm looking for? Nope. Yeah, I'm dying to find that Batman. But someone said it's like a chase, like it's not a common figure. I'm like, well, that's kind of a bummer. That's the only one I want. Smallville figures. I loved Kristen Kruk, who played Lana. And I remember when this figure came out, but it's like, look, it looks terrible. It looks nothing like her. Kind of felt that way about the Melissa Benoist figure, the Supergirl figure, because I love her. I think she's a great Supergirl. Then I got her figure, and I'm like, it looks nothing like her.
I have two offices, but this one's kind of cool.
Wow.
Not that I spend a whole lot of time. Oh, it's really a catch-all for a lot of the autograph stuff.
Okay.
We've done like 30 in-store signings, so like all this stuff is autographed.
Gotcha.
And then just some of my odds and ends. Like I had Larry Hama put a Snake Eyes on the tank.
Very cool.
Some of the newer stuff that we would restock from.
Okay.
You know, like you sell a NECA or Hot Toys or Classified or some of the Marvels here. And then this is the room that the walls will come down and open up.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is us getting ready for Retro Toy Con.
You got a Bat missile? And oh yeah, 2 Bat missiles. You don't have the Dark Knight Batmobile. The one that came out prior to Batman Returns, the one that was just the Kenner Dark Knight line.
I don't have the Kenner one.
Okay.
I think I have the Toy Biz one with the cocoon, I think.
Yeah.
That one's not as cool. There's no roof.
No, the one they did for the Dark Knight was like the definitive Batmobile. Yeah. That one was great. But the Bat missile was fantastic.
It'll be glass cases here, which some of them are here.
Okay.
There's counter height kind of running here. That will continue the wraparound because that wall will come down. And then grid wall will continue there. This is where we work to build. Some of these could be empty boxes, so some of them could be in here, but we might already have out. But this is, you know,
That's awesome.
so then this is Dino Riders, you know, or Evil Knievel, Power Rangers, you know, these are Sectars or Starcom, but I mean, that's so discolored, I wouldn't put it out,
Yeah.
but I can't throw it away.
Of course.
So you know,
Give it a peroxide bath, right? Isn't it like
Yeah,
peroxide
yeah.
that turns it white?
yeah, Salon 40 or Turtles is over there. A lot of this is Joe.
So that company Applause I was telling you about that does all the PVC figures. So like I had my childhood Batman keychain. I have this Batman. Applause did all these little tchotchke PVC figures. It was cool.
And then the bigger ones.
Yep, I have those, but I've been collecting the Tonka Willow stuff.
I have a very tiny bin. It's a really tiny line.
Yep.
And there's a mail away Willow.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah.
I just got the Espelus Beast. So now I'm like,
that's
I gotta
so you got
get
the hard
figures.
ones. These are just gray skulls.
What?
And then there's just
Like-
AT-ATs and
Hey, you guys have any gray skulls? I'm looking for a gray skull.
more stuff. Like these are just Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure bins
Holy crap.
with like parts in one bag. And that's the DC Build-A-Figure bag. So you could see I got more Marvel than DC, but there's far more Marvel Build-A-Figures. And
It's
then,
just, when does it stop? Like, how many rooms you got here? Like,
all right, well, we're in
Oh my goodness, there's a whole nother one.
We're in the second spot. This again is more new or packaged product that we would restock from. It
Okay.
just doesn't fit. This stuff all got dumped at Walmart and people just kept bringing it in. And so it's just all sitting here. I think the only one that really mattered was, for some reason, was Scarlet. So everything all the way around is already listed.
okay.
And then we added these new rows. And so now everything on these shelves are listed. But this is not. And that shelf still isn't listed.
Jeez.
And then this is an entirely different apartment. Like nothing here is in the store. But I
Okay.
mean, if you came into the store and saw, you know, this on eBay, I'll just run over here and go to CA2
Oh,
and pull
okay.
it, and then in the listing. So now, so we left A to go to B, and now you're in C.
Jeez.
We try to have some organization, but it's just stuff everywhere. And then if we go here, so all these are done, labeled, ready to put out.
Okay.
And then all these bins are all listed. So this is where the Transformers get built. And then this is kind of all the Barnyard and Mad Balls I bought up, and Terminator statues. And then this.
What, did you just buy up all their stock?
I bought the remaining Mad Balls inventory. They gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Did they stop doing the line?
No, it's just those earlier waves. I got them all. This is all NECA stuff. NECA. But it used to be better when they just ran the run and then they were done.
Mm-hmm.
And now, secondary market's up, run it again. Secondary market's up, run it again. Secondary market's up. So it's no longer a collectible. But I get it. They're a company that are making product for the consumer. So there's demand.
I do that with like some of my earlier figures, like
Right.
the first two series. Like now that, you know, we have much higher fan base,
Right.
people are like, oh, I need that trigger from series 2. And we just reissued it because he was going for $200 on eBay. And I'm like, well,
But did
people
you
want them.
tweak it at all?
I did.
So
So every time I do a reissue, I change something about the
But
figure.
see, then that's
so
fine.
it's a new version.
Right. So the guy may still want, the hardcore guy may.
True.
But
Very
they can-
true. Yeah.
But they just run it again.
Well, it's like they did it with the X-Men 97. See, they're reissuing Rogue and Wolverine now.
Yeah, because what are they, $100 figures?
Yeah.
Small bin.
now?
Ooh, here we go.
Yeah, that's the.
Here we go. Yeah, there's the mail away guy. Got a bunch of them. Whose horse was that? That's his horse.
They don't have them labeled. I need to know what it looks like.
How much is General Kale?
A gift.
$111.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
What
man.
is it? $10? I mean, it's
I think I just bought a lot of them for like
170.
for like $20. It was like 15 figures.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Yeah. We're in the South Carolina area. Come down to Toy Federation because it's an awesome place. So, thank you guys for your hospitality here. we'll see you at the show.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks, guys.